Assalamu alaikum, friends. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. This is where history meets treasure, and you don't want to miss what's coming up. Today, I bring you a story, not of gold mines or grand estates, but of something small, round, and easily overlooked. Yet to the right person, this little object can open a door to nostalgia, heritage, and maybe even value. We're talking about the 2002 1 Rand coin from South Africa. Yes, that humble piece of metal bearing the old coat of arms, a coin that once passed from hand to hand, pocket to pocket, and now quietly waits in collections, piggy banks, drawers, and dusty jars. Picture it. Johannesburg, 2002, the heart of South Africa. People going about their days, buying groceries, paying for ride in rand and cents. Among those everyday coins, one special 1 rand was minted, small, nickel-plated copper, 20 millimeters across, weighing just 4 grams. n.foronum.com +2 and.namistad.com +2 on its obverse. It carries the national coat of arms inside a square, with the country's name inscribed in the country's languages. On the reverse, a springbok antelope, graceful and proud, and the legend, 1 rand soli Deo Gloria. n.namistad.com +2 hobby of kings +2 at the time. It was just a regular circulating coin. Nothing flashy, nothing obviously collectible. Millions of them were minted. In fact, the official mintage for the 2002 edition was around 5 million coins. OnlineCoin.club +2 OnlineCoin.club +2 Yet, here's where things get interesting. For many collectors around the world today, this coin is more than just a rand. It's a link to memory, to history, to something that once moved millions of lives. Now, you might ask, so what's this coin worth today? The answer depends a lot on condition. For a circulated coin, one that was used, passed around, jostled, scratched, or faded, its collectible value tends to be modest. Some listings show a regular 2002 1 rand in circulated condition going for about US $1.15. n.foronum.com, but if the coin is in a better state, maybe near uncirculated, maybe with crisp edges, full details, minimal wear, the value can be higher. Some price guides and collector market estimates put possible value in a range from a few US dollars up to roughly US $2.50, 7.80, depending on condition. Coinidentifier.com +2 coin. Identifier.com +2. There are also special or proof editions from 2002 that carry greater interest, sometimes sold as collectibles, with official boxes or certificates. Bobshop.companyza +2 Bobshop.companyza +2 Yes. Compared to bullion coins or antique rarities, this is not a coin that sells for thousands or tens of thousands. But that's not the point. For collectors, especially those who treasure coins from different countries, coins that stir memories or represent bygone eras, a 2002 1 rand is a humble but meaningful piece of metal art. And that's exactly why this coin deserves your attention. Maybe you have one lying around, maybe inherited, maybe forgotten. Maybe your grandfather brought it back from a foreign trip. Maybe you found it in a dusty jar at home. If you do, don't dismiss it as worthless. Hold it, examine it. Check the date. Check the coat of arms. Check the springbok. If it's clean, crisp, you hold a small piece of history. A piece that connects continents, cultures, and memories. Imagine telling your friends about it. Imagine showing your kids the details. Imagine holding something minted in Johannesburg, 2002, while sitting thousands of miles away. So here's a challenge. Before you discard that old coin or tuck it away forever, take it out, polish it carefully, but don't scrub aggressively. Examine it. And if you feel it, consider showing it to collectors. Because sometimes it's not about gold or silver. It's about history, nostalgia, heritage. And now, here's the moment of truth. If you have that 2002 1 rand from South Africa in excellent condition, crisp details, minimal wear, there's a good chance it could fetch a value more than its face value. Some collectors today might pay a premium for it. So who knows? Maybe your little coin, your dusty keepsake, is worth 6 million if you play your cards right, metaphorically speaking, as a treasure of memory, as a bridge to a past, as part of a collection that cherishes history. So don't hide it. Don't throw it away. Keep it. Remember it. Share it. And perhaps treat it like a gem, because to the right eyes, that coin is no longer just a rand. It's a story. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Stay tuned, because there are many more hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Until next time, Kuda Hafiz. Before we dive into today's incredible story, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now because you do not want to miss any of the rare coin discoveries I reveal here. Every video could help you identify a treasure hiding in your own home, and subscribing means you stay one step ahead of every collector who is still sleeping on these opportunities. So subscribe now, and let's move straight into a journey that will capture your mind from the very first moment. When we talk about South African coins, most people imagine simple pocket change, something used daily and forgotten just as quickly. But what if one of those coins, something so ordinary that millions of people handled it without a second thought, suddenly turned into a collector's target worth a life-changing amount? That is exactly the story behind the 1 Rand coin from 1992, a coin that represents far more than metal. It represents a moment in history, a symbol of transition, and a piece of craftsmanship that today, after decades, has become a hidden treasure for those who understand its true value. Picture the early 1990s, a time when South Africa stood on the edge of transformation. The world was watching, the atmosphere was tense yet hopeful, and the objects created in that period became silent witnesses of change. The 1 Rand 1992 coin is one of those witnesses. It carries the old coat of arms, a design that reflects a previous era, yet it was struck precisely as the country was stepping toward a new chapter. That timing alone gives this coin an emotional weight that collectors in their 50s, 60s, and beyond deeply appreciate. They remember that period, they lived through it, and holding a coin from that year feels like touching a memory. But beyond the nostalgia, there is something else that fascinates collectors. The minting quality of coins from that year varies widely. Some were produced under conditions where small details, tiny imperfections, or slight variations slipped through the cracks. These little differences, almost invisible to the naked eye, are exactly what excite experienced collectors. They know that these rare quirks in design can turn a simple rand coin into something far more valuable. Whether it is the sharpness of the old coat of arms, the clarity of the lettering, or the crisp lines of the iconic springbok, these details matter more than most people realize. For men in the age group of 55 to 65, many of whom grew up handling coins like this, there is a deeper sense of connection. They appreciate solid craftsmanship. They value objects that last. They enjoy stories that blend history, rarity, and the thrill of discovery. This coin speaks directly to them. It carries the weight of the past, yet has the potential to reward the present. And for collectors at that age, the hunt is not about chance. It is about knowledge, patience, and passion. Imagine opening an old drawer or a forgotten box of coins left behind by parents or grandparents, and suddenly finding this 1 Rand from 1992. At first, it looks ordinary. But as you take a closer look, the old coat of arms catches your eye. The edges seem crisp. The details appear sharper than usual. Your heart beats a little faster because you realize you might be holding something truly extraordinary. Collectors who know the market understand that rarity does not always come from precious metal. Sometimes, it comes from timing, symbolism, and condition. And this coin, when found in the highest possible quality, can break expectations. The demand has quietly grown over the years. More collectors have entered the market. More historical enthusiasts have begun searching for coins connected to the early 1990s. And because most of the 1992 1 Rand coins were heavily circulated, finding one that escaped scratches and dents is becoming harder every year. That is exactly why the price has been rising, and why serious collectors are now paying attention to this once overlooked piece of South African currency. If you have one stored somewhere, or if you come across one in a family collection, do not ignore it. Examine it carefully. Look for clean surfaces, sharp lettering, and clear details in the old coat of arms. These features are what separate the ordinary from the extraordinary, and now, the part you have been waiting for. In the current collector's market, a top-grade, exceptional example of the 1992 1 Rand with the old coat of arms has reached a staggering value of $4 million.